It's Justin here, the covert closer. And today is actually Saturday. I just made a post about that. But this video is going to take the place of Thoughtful Thursday. So it's Thoughtful Saturday. And today, you guys, I've got a question for you. Are you a serial quitter? Do you quit everything that you start? Do you say to yourself, one day, I'm going to start a podcast? And then you start researching podcasts and think about your idea and get it all written up. Maybe even you create social media accounts for all of it. And then you sit down to write a podcast and you stop. Or you say, no, I'm going to be a YouTuber. So you go out and you do all the things you need to do to be a YouTuber. And you sign up for YouTube, get your channel, get your social media, get your pictures, all that stuff. And then you sit down and actually make a YouTube video and you stop. Hope maybe you can relate to that. Maybe not. But I want to tell you a story about me. My day job right now is at a place called Islanding Direct. And it's a place where there's a ton of opportunity. There's guys that make multiple six figures at this place. And for what we do in terms of having an office job, flexible hours, and that kind of thing, that's really, really strong. I mean, that's top 1% earner money, okay? And when I started there, that was in my mind, right? I had never made six figures before starting at Islanding Direct. But that's what I wanted. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I had 0 deals. Furthermore, people in my class, my training class, same people, my peers, those guys were crushing it. They were closing deal after deal after deal, but I wasn't. And it really messed me up. So a month later, I closed a few deals, but I wasn't getting it still. I wasn't making that kind of money that I wanted to make. I wasn't making that 5-figure paycheck, which is what I was after. That's what I came there for, was for that 5-figure paycheck. And I was like so frustrated, you guys, like in my second month goes by and I still don't get there. Like, God, I remember coming home and saying to my fiance Megan, I said, maybe, it was called at the time, I'm going to use Fleet Financial because that's how I tell the story, but at the time it was called Fleet Financial. We changed the name to be more relevant to what we do, but I was like, man, Megan, maybe Fleet Financial it's not right for me. Maybe it's not my thing. Maybe I can't sell it. Maybe I made a mistake by coming there. 2 months in, 60 days. And Megan says, no, you can do this. I know you can do it. And you told me that you were going to give it 120 days. So why don't you give it that 120 days? I said, okay, she's like, you're doing all right, like I was doing all right. I was making livable money. It's not like I was making minimum wage, right? I was making money, but not the kind of money I wanted to make, and not the kind of money that I came there for. And so she said, give it the 120 days that you said you were going to give it, and see what happens. And I said, okay. And then she asked me a question that shook me to my core. And the question was, are you giving it everything every day? And I said, well, yeah. And she said, well, who are you focused on? Are you focused on them, the people that you're supposed to be like refinancing or whatever? Or are you focused on you? Because everything that you've said so far has been focused on you. And then it didn't hit me then, I'll be honest. It didn't hit me. I was like, yeah, of course I'm focused on them, whatever. I brushed it off, right? I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, of course I'm focused on them. And then the next day, my boss said the same thing to me. He said, who are you focused on here, Weeder? Are you focused on the customer, helping them? Or are you focused on helping yourself? And that dawned on me, that changed something in me. And so from that day forward, not only did I try my hardest, but I also started focusing on other people. And that's not really what this is about, but I started focusing on my customer. I've talked about that before. But really, my 3rd month, still didn't make any money. But I stuck with it. I said, no, I'm going to give it my 120 days. And I've changed my mindset to, yeah, you can definitely do this, and you can do it, and you owe it to people to help them. So I stuck with it and kept learning and kept growing, kept asking for advice and kept asking for feedback and kept adjusting and switching things up and growing. And the paycheck that I received in that 4th month was $17,000. I'm telling you guys this story because I want you to know that anything that you do in life, anything that you do that's difficult or new or is going to bring you to a new level, or it's going to level up your lifestyle, your income, your relationship, anything that you want, anything that you set your goals down 3 weeks ago that you've probably already forgotten about and given up on, anything that you try is going to have what I'd like to call the incubation period. The incubation period is the time where you go through where what you're doing just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And you're trying to get through it, and it's just life is just throwing every obstacle after every obstacle at you. And you're seeing no results. Eating right, lifting weights, all that stuff. Being an entrepreneur, starting a business, starting a new job, all that stuff. It all has an incubation period. And I've talked to a lot of entrepreneurs and other types of businesses, and they all say it. Yeah, man, I struggled for 12, 18 months. You know, I didn't get anything. It's in everybody's origin story. You can go online on YouTube and watch any entrepreneur, and you can see them talk about their incubation period and how it sucked. But they went through it, and that's why they're successful. And you ask yourself, well, what makes you different? You know, when you're talking about doing something amazing, what makes me different? What makes you different is your willingness to pound through your incubation period. Your knowledge that what you're doing and staying consistent with consistent action will move you through that incubation period into where you're actually making money. Now, I'll be vulnerable with you guys. You know, this isn't something that's working so well I could quit my full-time job, but I'm still doing it. I'll incubate as long as I need to because this is my dream. And I'm not going to give up on it. And you shouldn't give up on yours either, just because of an incubation period. It takes time. That's Thoughtful Thursday, well, Thoughtful Saturday, actually. And I'm Justin Weeder, the Covert Closer. If you like this video, if this video provided value for you, then head over to my Facebook profile and you can join Sales Espionage, where you can come and hang out with me and other guys at various levels of covert closing. And you can learn something, you can add something. I would love to bring more perspectives in and more value. And you know, worst case scenario, you'll get to see these videos every day throughout the week to start your day off right. If you know anybody that needs to see this today, or you're watching it tomorrow or next week, and you're thinking of that person right now that needs to see this, that's trying to do something amazing and is thinking about quitting, if you know that person, if that person's you, give me a like or a share or a comment. But if you know that person that this can really help, tag them in it. Tag them in it so that they will see it and that they can share in this story. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow for Foundation Sunday. And then I'll see you all week next week for the regularly scheduled posts.